Our next guest is a business force to be reckoned with. You've seen him making deals on the hit show Shark Tank, and today he is back in our home to talk about his new book, Powershift. Please welcome back Daymond John. Welcome back, Daymond. So great to have you here. So congratulations, 11 seasons of the show.
Shark Tank.
Incredible. I mean, I love the show so much. I always say, like, it makes being an entrepreneur so cool.
Yeah.
And like, now I say, instead of, do you have $1 million idea? I say, do you have a Shark Tank idea?
Right.
That's like common, you know, things that people say. So how have the contestants really impressed you? Because it's probably changed over the seasons.
Oh, yeah, the contestants have gotten so much better. They know us, we don't know them. I'm learning more from them than I don't learn anything from the other sharks, but I'm learning more from them, right?
They're not watching.
Yeah, listen, social media wasn't out when we first started. Now these contestants are making millions of dollars just off their iPhones, right? And I'm learning how to apply that to my business. I mean, they know their numbers. It is absolutely amazing how it's changed in 11 years.
It is wild. I'm telling you. And by the way, it's just as interesting now as it was then.
Yeah.
And it is. That's why I keep doing the show. I mean, I love it. I keep learning.
I mean, I can't pull myself away from
Neither.
it. Okay, Powershift.
Yes.
This is your 5th book. You are a
Yes.
New York Times best-selling author, besides all the other things you do, which is very impressive. So this book is a little bit different than the other ones, and I really like this. You are actually sharing stories from other very successful people and how they shifted their power.
Yeah, so I have so many great people in the book, from Kris Jenner to Pitbull, Mark Cuban, but one of them, let's talk about Billie Jean King, right? You know, she saw that there was inequality in tennis. She went out and created her own tennis league, and then she negotiated to really change the face of sports globally, right, and how people respect it. But I have everyday people in the book, like Crystal, a virtual assistant who lives in Ohio. She had a preemie baby. When she went back to work, they said you can't work part-time, you know, after that. And she said, I'm going to quit. She starts working with a company named Belay. She's a virtual assistant now, gives me 20 to 25 hours a week. Now we know nobody wants to travel. She gets to stay home, make the same amount of money after she takes out her expenses of would be traveling, sitting next to people in offices, and she gets to stay with her baby. And she made a quick power shift, and now she's happy as can be and gets to stay home with her family and make the same amount of money.
I mean, honestly, and you're right, that's the way the world's going these days.
That is the way the world's going.
What about us? We can't stay at home and do our job.
Absolutely.
What's our power
well,
shift?
maybe we'll do the sportscaster thing, you know, and
We'll do it from home,
I'll have my
right?
in my underwear with my shirt and tie on right here. And
So you mentioned Kris Jenner, and you know, you talk about the power shifts of the Kardashians in the book, but you call Kris Jenner a forward-thinking influencer. What do you mean by that?
Well, let me think about it. Like, you know, Kris is really one of the first persons to start monetizing celebrityism on social media and things of that nature. Her girls are not known for singing, dancing, sports, anything else like that, but yet they're the second most Googled family on the planet.
The second?
Well, only because of the president, they're the second most Googled, right? But other than that, if you really think about it, they all have very distinct businesses that are true to them. She has a right to edit any show that she wants of hers. She never edits it. So you see the good, bad, and the ugly.
Interesting.
What that does is that lets the rest of us connect with them, whether we like them or love them or hate them, but we respect them all no matter what.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
You know what? Because no matter, you cannot take that from them. They are, when it comes to business, the ultimate.
And everyone is different.
Yeah.
Courtney, listen, she will kick your butt. She sees you with a plastic cup or a straw. On the other side, Kim will show you how to hide some of your maybe imperfections, but still look beautiful. They all are very, very different, but they know their brands.
So in the book, you also share 3 key points to basically becoming successful and owning your own destiny.
Yeah, and this is what people can take away from the book. I see a lot of people ask me how to become successful, but they don't realize it's not necessarily money and all these other things. It's what you negotiate in life. And they think it's all transactional. It's not. It's usually what kind of relationship and influence have you built prior, then the negotiation, and in the negotiation, what's in it for the person on the other side of the table, not for me, because we all have our own problems, right? I love telling people this. Stop coming and negotiating and telling people your problems. 20% of the people don't care about your problems. The other 80% are really happy that you have them, right?
What do you mean by that?
Because half of the people are like, I don't want to hear your problems. The other half are like, thank God somebody else got problems, because I got to go back to my own problems.
Oh, no, I mean, when you're coming in to negotiate, why would you even bring that up?
A lot of people come and say, I need this because I need this because I need this. We've all been in the room with that, right? How many people have said to you, though, what's the reason, what's holding you back? How can I make this easier for you? Are there any other things that I can do to come back to you to make it even more presentable to you, right? And they also say a lot of times, how can I help you? Listen, the #1 brand in Shark Tank history that ever got invested in was a company called Bombas Socks, right? I never want, and I did the investment. I never wanted clothing companies because I have 10 of them and 8 of them are dead. But I did a deal with Bombas Socks. You know why? Because I realized that they were going to show me how to sell directly to consumers instead of using retailers that are already dying. And every pair of socks they sell, they give away a pair to the homeless. So they created an influence with me. They showed me how I can learn off of them. And now it's the best product in Shark Tank history. And that's what people can learn from the book. And then more importantly, how to nurture that relationship afterwards and do 10 and 20 and 30 more deals, or have this person tell everybody else about how great you are to keep wanting to work with you.
There you go.
And I love that you say that too, of like, I learned from them. Like, you know, they're coming there like, oh my gosh, Daymond John, I want to know everything for you. And you're like, I can learn from you too.
This is a symbiotic relationship. So if you're watching us right now and you have a resume, you're going for whether an investment or for a job, after I get the resume from you, after that, all I care is, do I like you? Can I sit next to you for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for the next 5 years of my life? That's the reality. And people are too transactional. They don't think about these things. And this is how they can improve their lives.
It's so true. I know there's a really good story in the book about Pitbull.
Yeah, well, Pitbull started off in the streets, right? Being he's hardcore rapper, battle rapper, all that stuff. He realized that people sometimes want to escape being in the streets. They just want to dance. And all the other rappers said, "Oh, Pitbull, you're soft now. You're a sellout." No, he's not. He's Mr. Worldwide now. Because he realized everybody wants to just dance.
It's 305.
Yeah, it's just an adjustment. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
It's so true.
It's really cool to see. I mean, you came from Hollis, Queens, and then now you're in Hollywood. Like, if you could go back and tell your former self, like, anything, what would you say?
Be very honest to yourself. Listen, I wish I could tell everybody they have to show up and be this guy or girl in a suit and dress nice. No, be original to your brand. I like Old Dirty Bastard because he was an old dirty bastard. It's just simple as that. You know,
ODB.
ODB. He's funny, right?
ODB.
But be really true to your brand. I tried to fake it till I made it for a bunch of times, and people saw right through me, right? Until I realized, you know what? If you don't accept me for who I am, then we're not going to have a long relationship anyway, right? And just be that person you are, and then also constantly educate yourself. The only thing that you can take from situation to situation is yourself. You're the only one who knows the blueprint to yourself. So that's the most important, education you can get.
And I think not in just the business, in life.
That's right.
Daymond John,
Life,
you are
health, religion, finance, everything else.
You're so awesome.
Thank you.
And you're just a wealth of wisdom always.
Only because I've learned so much and I've busted my butt and failed so many times.
But you've also succeeded.
Yes.
I feel like I just want to sit next to you. Maybe someone will rub off on
I
you.
know. Same. Thank
love
you
you,
so
Daymond.
much. Be sure to catch Daymond on Shark Tank and pick up a copy of Powershift when it drops tomorrow, wherever books are sold.